All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are jumping headfirst into a world that is, frankly, pretty mind-boggling. We're going to explore the escalation of absurdity when it comes to extreme billionaire spending. We'll be looking at the utterly bizarre, totally over-the-top things some of the world's most famous billionaires have poured millions into, basically just for the sake of showing off.
Okay, let's dive into this. It's a question most of us can literally only dream of answering. What actually happens when your bank account is practically infinite? Well, as we're about to see, when money is completely limitless, people tend to blast right past normal, everyday luxury and venture into pure, unfiltered madness. You know, in economics, there's actually a concept for this called conspicuous consumption. It specifically involves what are called Veblen goods. These are crazy items where the demand actually increases as the price goes up. And why? Simply because owning them signals immense wealth and status to everybody else. The logical value of a dollar just vanishes entirely.
Section 1. Hobby or madness?
$3.2 million. That's roughly 24 crore rupees. Now, what does that kind of money buy you? A sprawling mansion? A whole fleet of supercars? Nope. That is the exact cost of a dog collar. Created by a company called I Love Dogs Diamonds, this single collar takes 12 whole weeks to manufacture and is encrusted with an unbelievable 1,600 diamonds.
And honestly, if you think spending $3.2 million on a collar is crazy, wait until you hear about the dog wearing it. Over at a Hong Kong dog show, a pet dog named Tihara was actually put up for sale for an astronomical $4.5 million. It just goes to show that when it comes to their pets, some billionaires recognize absolutely no limits. The spending is truly bottomless.
Let's move from pets to personal attire. Back in 2013, Indian textile tycoon Dada Fuj made international headlines. Why? Well, he commissioned a custom-made shirt crafted entirely out of 22-karat solid gold. The thing used 4 kilograms of gold. And obviously, because you can't just slap cheap plastic buttons on a solid gold shirt, he had buttons specially made out of Swarovski crystals, complete with a matching gold belt. He actually won a world record for the world's most expensive shirt. But sadly, this extreme display of wealth had a really tragic end. In 2016, his home was invaded by robbers looking for valuables, which tragically led to his murder.
The total cost of that golden shirt? $250,000, or about 1.9 crore rupees. Throwing away $250,000 on an incredibly heavy, totally impractical piece of clothing really perfectly sets the tone for our next level of escalation.
Section 2. A life studded with gold.
$15 million. That is right around 112 crore rupees. Now, this isn't the budget for a Hollywood blockbuster, this is literally the price tag for a mobile phone. Specifically, a customized iPhone 5. And the absolute craziest part? It functions exactly like a normal, everyday iPhone 5. You are paying millions purely for the casing. Now, what's really interesting about this is the sheer, exhausting excess required to build this device. It took 9 entire weeks to redesign and manufacture this one phone. The home button alone is replaced by a flawless 26-karat black diamond. The edges feature 600 white diamonds. The body uses 135 grams of 24-karat solid gold, and even the little Apple logo on the back is crafted from solid gold and flawless diamonds. All for a phone that, let's be real, is going to be technologically obsolete in a year. But hey, why stop at the gadgets in your pocket when you can upgrade the actual rooms in your house? We already know that the famous American boxer Mike Tyson famously owned a solid gold bathtub, and royalty in Arab countries have featured gold toilets. But a specific estate over in England has taken this trend to a completely new level by outfitting an entire bathroom in solid gold. And that includes not 1, but 2 solid gold bathtubs. The entire property featuring this ridiculous bathroom is valued at $3.7 million, which is roughly 27 crore rupees. Just looking at it leaves a normal person completely bewildered. Of course, if you want a slightly cheaper taste of this luxury, you could always just rent a solid gold bathroom suite at the Burj Al Arab in Dubai for a mere 7 lakh rupees a night. Quite the bargain, right?
Section 3. The World of Palaces.
Take Antilia, the residence of Mukesh Ambani, who is the 5th richest man in the world. While millions live in poverty right outside its doors, this private home is a glistening 27-story skyscraper. It requires a massive staff of 600 servants just to maintain the place. It features 6 entire floors dedicated exclusively to his car collection, 6 helipads on the roof, swimming pools, a sports complex, and it even has its own private healthcare unit.
When it comes to frivolous spending at this tier of wealth, consider this number, 1.5 lakh rupees. That's roughly $2,000. You might think this was the cost of a luxury wedding cake or maybe a venue deposit. Nope. That massive number was the cost of a single, individual wedding invitation card for Ambani's son. Just one card. You can only imagine what the total budget for the actual wedding was. Now, shifting gears from massive real estate to microscopic precision, let me introduce you to the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chimes 6300A. It is a one-of-a-kind, single-piece watch, and in 2019, it completely shattered world records with a final staggering price tag of $31 million. And this brilliantly illustrates the frenzy of the ultra-wealthy. That mind-blowing sum of $31 million, which is around 232 crore rupees, was spent in an auction lasting just 5 minutes. Literally 5 minutes, a vanity-driven collector shattered the previous record held by American actor Paul Newman's $17 million Rolex, basically just to say they owned the most expensive watch on the planet.
Section 4. Ego beyond limits.
Let's look at a pretty staggering comparison here. A normal haircut at a local barber costs most of us a few dollars, maybe a few hundred rupees. But then we have the Sultan of Brunei's haircut. Every time the Sultan needs a trim, he flies his personal stylist all the way from London. He pays for the flights, the premium food, the high-end accommodation, and the styling service itself, bringing the total cost of a single haircut to $24,000. That's about 18 lakh rupees every single month.
But let's build up to the absolute climax of this explainer. Let's set a relatable baseline first. For us normal people, standard practice is spending a few dollars, maybe a couple thousand rupees, to have a nice little wooden or metal nameplate printed and hung outside your house so people know who lives there.
So the absolute crucial question is, how does a billionaire put their name on their property? Well, if you are Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan of the Abu Dhabi royal family, a small wooden plaque on a door simply isn't going to cut it. You need the whole world to know your name. So Sheikh Hamad actually bought an entire island in Abu Dhabi. Then he orchestrated this massive engineering feat. He had workers dig deep into the earth to physically carve his first name, Hamad, right into the surface of the island. Then, just to make sure it really stood out, he had the massive trenches filled with ocean water so his name practically became part of the sea.
The scale of this is honestly hard to even comprehend. The name stretches for 2.5 kilometers across the island. It is so impossibly huge and so deeply etched into the geography of the planet that Sheikh Hamad's name can literally be seen from space.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really provocative thought. Limitless wealth doesn't increase a person's needs, it only inflates their ego. From solid gold shirts and $15 million iPhones, all the way to carving your name into the actual face of the earth, the data clearly shows us the ultimate conclusion of conspicuous consumption. Beyond a certain point, money completely stops buying utility and simply buys an illusion of godhood. It really makes you wonder, if you had endless billions, how much of it would go to your actual needs and how much to your ego? Thank you so much for exploring this fascinating topic with me, and keep questioning the world around you.